From challenge comes change, a celebration of International Women's Day.
Hello, I'm Joan Nagel, and I'm chair of the Arts Committee at the Price Center. To celebrate International Women's Day this year, the committee invited women in the community to display a piece of their art based around the theme, From Challenge Comes Change. The show is wonderful. I hope you'll find the time to come by and see it in person.
Hi, I'm DeStefano, Executive Director of the Price Center in downtown San Marcos. This year, Joan and I have the privilege of welcoming you all to our International Women's Celebration virtually for obvious reasons. But before we get into that, I want to share with you the opportunity that you have to come see the show in person at the Price Center. We're open and we're available to see the show Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m., Tuesdays and Thursdays from noon to 5 p.m., and on weekends by event. So you have lots of opportunities to see this show between now and the end of March. And as Joan said, it's amazing. We hope you take a moment to come see it. We had more than 50 artists contribute to the show this year with over 81 works, or not over, but actual 81 works in the show. We also had a separate community project that included 18 individual works of art that people created in tribute to women. Again, virtual program, but before we get into that, I want to offer my thanks to the Price Center Arts Committee, all of the artists that participated in the show, our performers in this show that you'll see today in a few minutes, and last, the San Marcos Arts Commission, which provides grant funding to us each year and is responsible for part of the show as well. And last but not least, we want to thank Debangana Banerjee, the creator of this event 3 years ago at the San Marcos Public Library. It was a wonderful idea, and it's an idea that continues to grow. So please enjoy this presentation today, and do come by and see the show.
Thank you, Clay. As a woman artist, I wanted to do something on the occasion of International Women's Day. I thought that the celebration will be more meaningful if I can do it along with other local women artists. That led to the first show in 2019. Please watch the program and visit the art show. Hope you feel as empowered as I do.
I chose this piece of music because it was written by a woman composer and piano pedagogue whose work I really enjoy. Her name is Alyssa Milne, and she is based in Sydney, Australia. This is Indigo Moon. Hope you enjoy.
I am Cynthia Josephine, born of Margaret Louise, born of Elizabeth Bridget, born of another Margaret, born of Catherine, who stepped onto a ship to face the sea. I imagine with her jaw set square, her eyes straight ahead, with steady, deep breaths, through her fear she traveled halfway around the world, carrying with her the engine of dreams beyond her imagining. The echo of her first breath in this country carries me, a scholar, a mother, an artist, a wife, a citizen, a daughter, a sister, a friend, and something more, something essential that feels like working at my mother's side in a garden still fresh with morning dew, or picking wild berries in the woods with my grandmother, moments of communion, soft silence that spoke of a shared intention to become something more, something born from the will and dormant dreams carried by Catherine on that day she turned her back on the land and faced the sea.
The visit. My son brought his son to visit 2 weeks into the quarantine. A surprise in our yard, a blooming living room alive with spring birds, the neighbors' red hens, and a doe behind the bamboo. In the lantanas leaning toward the sun, our grandson called us to see a hairy and black striped worm climbing up the garden wall, contracting before expanding the shape of our afternoon. We saw through his eyes more ways of wanting to live this day, and when he left, the same kind of caterpillar, eye level by the front door, moved back and forth, building a web to shield itself for what was to come. The next morning, the shelter for a cocoon appeared, made of fine thread in what had been caterpillar and what would be butterfly or moth, neither one or the other yet. Every day I face this dissolving in front of me, a thick white teardrop to touch like a mezuzah, but with my eyes. Every day I looked, imagining a miracle in this stand-in for either the soul or something evil, or maybe the mixture of both. Every day I visited this chrysalis, imagining what was to come, seeing a kind of family of moths, not all with names, waiting for what I could take from this creature of the night or of hope, waiting for what would emerge as the days turned into weeks and into months, holding out as we all wait for the doubt that stays to leave, in spite of the hold such a thing has on me.
Well, we had a perfect sunset where you handed me the moon. It was talking for my pockets, and you hoped it would see me through. How can I ever tell you how much you mean to me? I wish you breathless from the beauty you behold in that perfect time of joy that brings a single tear. I wish you breathless as the beauty passes through you, and the moment is forever and a year. For I am the secret in your soul that is your missing piece, as you are mine, as you are mine, as you are mine. Well, we shared that final sunset where you handed me the moon. It was a token for my pocket, and you know it saw me through. I know how I thank you for all you mean to me. I wish you breathless from the beauty you behold in that perfect time of joy that brings a single tear. I'll wish you breathless as the beauty passes through you, and the moment is forever and a year. For I am the secret in your soul that is your missing piece, as you are mine, as you are mine, as you are mine.
I've chosen Mary Oliver because I really love the way she writes and the way she looks at the world. I believe in kindness and in mischief and in singing, especially when it's not necessarily prescribed.
I chose American artist Georgia O'Keeffe because she chose to live by herself in the wilds of New Mexico. She said, "It's not enough to be nice in this world. You gotta have nerve."
My quote is from an unlikely source. It's from Marilyn Monroe, of all people. And she said, "Women who seek to be equal with men lack ambition."
I chose these words of Malala Yousafzai because she is my 8-year-old daughter's hero. And this is my daughter's most favorite quotation. One child, one teacher, one book, one pen can change the world.
I chose the following quote from Amanda Gorman's new instant classic from the inauguration. I chose it because it just really spoke to me, sang to me, in fact. I hope you find the same. For there is always light if we're only brave enough to see it, if we're only brave enough to be it.
I chose a quote from Jane Goodall because it rings true to me. She said, "What you do makes a difference. You have to decide what kind of difference you want to make."
We hope to do this again next year and showcase women's creativity through their emotions, expressions, power, courage, and sense of freedom. Thank you for watching.